Welcome to the morning show. Let's get started. Pennsylvania, the Keystone State, has its nickname origin in Thomas Jefferson, the second president of the United States of America, because of its location amongst the original 13 colonies. Pennsylvania held the other 12 states together, much like the Keystone holds together an arch. So the name Keystone State for Pennsylvania comes from its location around the other original colonies of the United States. Fun fact early this morning. I hope you're doing well. I hope that you got your extended sleep, that you went to sleep early, and that you got up ready to take on the day's challenges, that you started the day off with water, and that you are on your way to movement, physical activity, or exercise. I guarantee you will feel better, and I will guarantee that you will be better. Let's continue. How many people have you met that want to know something that they can easily look up, but they are not so interested that they actually look it up? Be so interested in something that when you have curiosity about it, look it up, even if it's simple. Most people that do research don't stop on that thing. They'll find one piece of information, and that piece of information will take them to another piece of information. A kind of curiosity that can trigger something else in your life that will open a new way of seeing things. And if not for anything else, it will make you a much more interesting person. If you are ever in the Pennsylvania area and are looking for something to do, may I invite you to go on the Bucks County Covered Bridges Tour in Bucks County, Pennsylvania. It's all mapped out for you. They have two separate loops. About a month ago, I was able to complete one half of the loop, and I look forward to completing the other. During that time that I was shooting the bridges, there was a big mist and fog that added to the photography, but in any other mindset, it would have added to a day that you just stayed inside because it was just so dreary and you couldn't get wet. May I invite you to do things when the conditions are not perfect, but when you think that you are at the face of impossibility. By the way, there are about 20 something covered bridges. If you are curious, the purpose of a covered bridge is to protect the wooden structural pieces from the elements. The lifespan of an uncovered bridge is 20 years. Covered bridges have a lifespan that can go well over 100 years. In the United States of America, 1 out of 10 survived the 20th century. 1 out of 10 covered bridges survived the 20th century. How much is it worth to you to have a clear conscience in your dealings, in your affairs, in your admittance to yourself of who you really are? That quote from the movie Pale Rider, 1985. It's a Clint Eastwood movie, Pale Rider. How much is it worth to have a clear conscience? I have begun to plant thee and will labor to make thee full of growing. Macbeth, Act 1, Scene 4, King Duncan. When you speak, do you rather speak for the group? Do you rather speak for yourself? What club do you belong to? Let's try it over. Do you rather speak for the, when you speak, do you speak for the group? Do you speak for yourself? Which club do you belong to? And do you beat yourself over the head with that club? The most popular name in 2022 for females, if you can still call it that, Olivia. The most popular name for male is Liam. Names Psycho in 1922 The most famous name for a woman was, as you might have guessed it, Mary. The most famous name for a man or boy in 1922 was John. Is your name outdated? Dr. Lustig says humans send a low-level pain signal to the brain. These pain signals temporarily distract the brain from itch. These pain signals also release serotonin in the brain, which he says feel really, really good. If you don't believe it, try scratching the head of a pet, animals, cats, dogs, birds, etc. And just remember that you yourself are an animal. That's why you might feel good when your head is being scratched, or when you're scratching someone's head. Sometimes you don't release the itch before the scratch. Stress, release, take a break. What are some other good feelings that you might experience within your day, your week, your month, or on a regular basis? Here are some. The feeling when you feel hungry and then food is in front of you and you are about to eat, or you know that food is making its arrival. Others might include waking up when you still have more time to sleep. It's the little things. Some other people, it's going to the bathroom. It's the little thing. If you study the anatomy of an itch, you have to also understand why watching someone be scratched might feel so good to your senses. Cat Scratch Fever, a song by Ted Nugent. Ted Nugent, who I saw in concert live, has the 5th recorded loudest concert of all time. It was said that it could be heard 18 miles away from the venue in which it was held, at 130 decibels. Have you seen any men's hair loss ads lately? On social media, on TV, it seems to be cycled through everything that you watch nowadays. Why? Because there's a lot of money in you being self-conscious of something that you can't control over something that is natural. A lot of money in you feeling bad. When was the last time you saw a commercial that said you're okay the way you are? Why? Because there's no money in it. There's no money in it, they can't sell you anything. Your bathroom smells bad after you used it, buy a spray. If you are getting older and you have a wrinkle on your face, well, that's not a sign of experience, it's a sign of ugliness, and you might need to get Botox and get rid of it. Some things are just natural. There's money in you feeling self-conscious. The faster you get around that, the faster you can bypass it. You are not depressed. You have been hooked on the mainstream media. Hooked to the mainstream media, and your own river has gone dry. What's your favorite drug of choice? I'm here with you. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or is it Tinder? Swipe, 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 scroll, 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 scroll. Which is your favorite drug of choice? It's 2023. Don't you have any fun? What do you mean you don't have social media? What do you mean that you don't use it to socialize? Don't you want to be social? Things that your grandparents might say. Just when I learned to send an email, everything changes. No one uses it anymore. Most people who don't like social media are also on social media. And the reasons you'll get for that is because I need it to do business. I need it to connect with the outside world. I need it for my business to grow. I need it for hearts. I need it for likes. I need it for business. I need it for pleasure. What do you need it for? What scratch does social media take care of in your life that needs to be there? And what itch was put there and by who? What itches? Who does it need to be scratched by? The people around you or the people out in the world wide web? And with that, take on your day. A few more scratching. You have the power to release the scratch, and the itch. Bye.